You're live, pal. Rude Nation, RudeBoyz Reactz back again in the Virgin Zone. Welcome.
Oh shit!
WrestleMania weekend, big time Virgin time.
Yeah,
oh yeah, let me sit back.
Yeah, that's
let's bring this in.
Yeah,
yeah.
WrestleMania doesn't mean shit right now because we're talking about something much more important than WrestleMania.
We are talking about the latest 2 episodes of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes,
for RudeBoyz Reactz. Welcome, RudeBoyz Reactz. Is this light? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the studio is really, we gotta work on that.
We gotta get a stove out of the studio first.
Shut up. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I think, has been very exciting.
It has,
right? And I know you've said it already that it has kind of eclipsed WandaVision.
It's superior,
right? I still want to see the bigger picture, but I am liking it more. WandaVision had like an escalating mystery that that's kind of where we fell off the RudeBoyz Reactz train, because it was just like, let's react to this. I don't know, crazy shit's happening this episode, next week. I don't know, crazy shit's happening. So like this one, at least there's a cohesive plot that we can follow, and obviously the characters are doing their own thing along the way. Yeah. But so far, I'm really digging this. This was really technically, I guess, the second to last RudeBoyz Reactz for the Winter Soldier, for Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and then
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and
we'll have Loki and
do you want to do for one?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. That's the RudeBoyz motto.
Yep.
So we're gonna talk about the episodes 3 and 4 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay, are we?
Yes.
Oh, god damn this fucking clown and his goddamn phone.
Uber Eats, thank me for the tip.
Yeah. I can't give you a tip.
There it is.
Just
so
a tip.
Episode 3, the Power Broker.
Yes.
We're left off from episode 2. Bucky and Sam are looking to break Zemo out of jail, or looking to gain Zemo's help. Yeah. Which leads to them breaking him out of jail, technically, even though Zemo escaped on his own.
He broke himself out.
Yes, exactly. That was a cool scene.
Yeah.
As Bucky's explaining the plan to Sam, you see the flashback or whatever of Zemo doing this shit. So that's pretty cool. And then they go off to Madripoor, Tommy. So tell us a little bit about Madripoor.
Madripoor is a huge thing in Marvel Comics, especially in X-Men lore.
Right.
Wolverine was running Madripoor for a good long time under the guise of Patch.
Right. Which was just Wolverine in a patch.
In an eye patch, yeah. It's like, oh, you look familiar. No, that's some other asshole.
Yeah, sure.
With spiky hair.
I mean, if Clark Kent can make his life with Superman with glasses, then I guess Wolverine in an eye patch can be a completely different person.
We'll get onto the glasses at another time.
Okay, yeah. Goodness.
There's a whole story about that.
Oh my god, I opened up the can of worms.
You really fucking did.
This is RudeBoyz Reactz. We're in the Virgin Zone, the Marvel zone. So let's keep it. Blitzkrieg. Let's go.
So Madripoor, very big. Fucking, it's a world of outlaw.
Sure,
like
that's
it
what
really,
it seems like.
It really is. But it seems like Sharon Carter is a big thing in there.
Cast member that is back in the MCU.
She wasn't pardoned apparently.
Right.
With the rest of the heroes, which is bullshit.
Well, I mean, she is kind of like she was, I would have to say, a government employee at that time. She basically stole. What was it from Civil War? She
stole
took
Cap
stuff, Sam
Falcons,
stuff.
Yep.
And she didn't have that whatchamacallit, I guess that protection being a superhero is, or someone who signed the Sokovia Accords, I'd imagine.
Right.
She basically was just like court-martialed, but just like fled from the U.S. So she's making her way in Madripoor, and she's doing some kick-ass fucking spy shit, man.
She really is, yeah. Zemo fucking puts a bullet in someone's head, guy's head who is making super soldier serum.
Right, yes.
He was blipped out.
Yeah, so that's always cool, talking about the entire trying to keep the fans and even the people who are following it, following all the articles and shit like that, giving you basically the rundown of what's happening.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, this person was trying to perfect or recreate at least the super soldier serum, blipped in an instant, and 5 years gone by. So he's just like, oh shit, well, I still know how to make it, so I'm going to make it for this guy, the power broker.
Right. Yeah. Power broker. He's like this shadow figure right now that just keeps getting mentioned and mentioned and mentioned. And now,
to the point that it's probably, well, I don't want to theorize because it's not what RudeBoyz Reactz is all about, but they are talking about this person and not showing this person, unlike the person, there was the one person they were talking about, we keep saying person, I'm sorry. There was that one individual they met in Madripoor that was ooh, a shadowy figure, and it turned out to be a person, a lady. Like, it was no big deal. When we're expecting it's like, who's it gonna be?
Right,
like, we're still hot off, trying to think Mephisto was the rabbit in WandaVision.
Yeah, exactly. So. I mean, again, we don't like to make theories here, but we like to.
Here we go.
I don't want to say theories. We like to assume. I don't.
That's not the same thing.
Well,
but okay.
We'll get into that in a moment. Sure. Like, what we want to see.
Okay, there you go. All right.
The Flag Smashers decide to blow up a fucking building with people in it.
Yes, yeah, because Carly, the leader of the Flag Smashers, she's pretty much getting a little more. We see this in episode 4 as well. Getting a little more. We need to start fighting fire with fire because again, her back is against the wall with the power broker breathing down her neck, stealing the super soldier serum, and the GRC, the Global Reconditioning Committee or something like that, which is a very interesting idea, I think, because honestly, ever since Avengers, the first one, you get like a certain amount of like, oh, who gives a fuck? The Battle of New York. Who cares? Like, I feel like when we read comics, like stuff like that, like I always go back to Maximum Carnage. Carnage killed a whole bunch of people. Does anybody talk about that? No, doesn't happen. You know what I mean? So the Battle of New York, because it's a visual to moviegoers and fans and new fans alike, they need to have some sort of repercussions, so then you get the introduction of damage control in Spider-Man Homecoming. You get the whole like, all right, the Avengers Tower is moving to basically upstate, and then stuff like that, and then that leads to the Sokovia Accords because there is a the other shoe is dropping. So after the snap, when half the population, I'm bringing it back, after the snap when half the population disappeared, what happened? Basically, the world had to keep going on for 5 years. And then once 5 years, or once the blip happened, all those people are back. Yeah. So how does the world deal with that? And it's through the GRC. Yeah. And the Flag Smashers don't like that because they're almost the Thanos was right people. Yeah. But not saying Thanos was right, like kind of was just like, yeah, like that the world was kind of a better place. You know what I mean? Because we all had to kind of band together for 5 years, and then it's like, nope, go back to normal. Yeah. And you do see that in, I think it was episode 1 when Sam was trying to get that loan. So, but anyway, so Carly's back up against the wall. She is a freedom fighter, but is trying to get a little more, a little more fire.
She could end up being this character named Sin, though.
Okay, so who is Sin?
Sin is Red Skull's daughter.
Okay.
So like,
within the Captain America wheelhouse. So
exactly. That's good. She has red hair, so she could be. She's got to do something about that hair. She looks like fucking Carrot Top.
Well, she was the same actress in Rogue One, I believe, right? Not Rogue One. I'm sorry, Solo. I think she was one of the early proto rebels in Solo. Tom doesn't remember Solo. But anyway,
I've seen the movie fucking once.
Yeah, that's right.
I
think that's what
all right, cool. This isn't the Solo Reactz.
What's that GIF? It's like
so. Power broker. We don't know who it is.
We don't know who it is yet.
What I would love to see is
here we go.
So that guy, the scientist was working on the super soldier serum.
Sure.
Now, super soldier serum is also in the Marvel Ultimate Universe, is also a mixture with the Goblin serum. Who made the Goblin serum?
Oscorp. Yes.
So it would be very interesting to see if Norman Osborn is the power broker.
Right.
But again, I'm not saying.
Right, we're not theorizing here. The power broker could be nobody.
It could turn out to be Omega Red. Apparently, he's supposed to show up. I heard.
Again, with how WandaVision kind of
I believe nothing
you with this,
yeah, exactly.
And took it away, or was just like there's nothing here.
Yeah,
it's nothing. Ralph Boner comes to mind.
Yeah.
The power broker could be nobody, but
Yeah.
it's always fun to theorize. But that's not. This isn't
What we want.
This isn't RudeBoyz theories.
Yeah.
This is RudeBoyz reacts.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Mr. John Walker.
Man.
The new Captain America. Still finding his place, not getting any respect.
No. Because he's an asshole.
Yes, he's an asshole. You see that? I think we can transition into
episode 4.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody wants to see Zemo dance and shit. He's a war criminal. Get your fucking priority straight.
We kind of live in a world right now where we're rooting for Zemo and are against Captain America. Because
all right. Yeah, that's
Captain America's kind of a dick.
Well, okay, so beautiful segue into episode 4. Episode 4, you see a lot. You see a huge transformation. Out of John Walker. You get a little bit more of his backstory. He wasn't just like, I mean, obviously, yes, he was picked to basically be the new America's mascot. I believe that was the phrase Carly used a lot, or Sam's sister. Used America's mascot. And those are some huge shoes to fill. Steve Rogers, a paragon of virtue, was not a soldier, but loved his country, wanted to do good, and like a phrase they used, the super soldier serum just kind of enhanced that. So he just became a better, a hero.
He wasn't a perfect soldier. He was a good man.
Yes, he was a hero. And we're gonna use that phrase right there. So big, huge shoes to fill. Episode 3 ended with the reintroduction of Wakanda and the Dora Milaje or whatever. The Wakandan guard. The Wakandan guard.
They want Zemo.
They want Zemo, obviously, because they killed
T'Chaka.
Yep. And they show up. They want to get Zemo, and they kick fucking Captain America's ass. And
they kick everybody's
ass. Yes, absolutely.
All 5 of their asses.
They fucking rip not the rip, but they kind of just do some quick programming and they just drop fucking Bucky's arm. And it's just like, did you know they could do that? And he's like, no. That's hilarious. But John is getting beaten down morally. You know, he thinks that, I guess, all this respect should just be handed to him. And he knows it's going to be an uphill climb. But, you know, Steve's 2 buddies aren't working with him. He's not getting the respect he deserves as a Captain America. It's a murkier world than it was from, you know, the Allies versus the Axis, or the you know, with the Nazis kind of being, or Hydra, I guess, in the MCU, being kind of like the enemies, the de facto enemies. There's a lot of gray. There's a lot of people working between the in the gray space. And he's not a super soldier. So even if Steve Rogers was Captain America, he was still a good person. He still wanted to do well.
Yes.
But he was also still just fucking superhuman. John doesn't have that. He gets a hold of some super soldier serum. Blah, blah, blah.
He definitely takes it.
Yes, he definitely takes it.
His friend...
yes, his friend, his own Bucky.
Hockey pads, as I call them.
Hockey pads?
Dude, that motherfucker's wearing hockey.
What is his name? Battlestar?
Hoskins. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That was the name.
Yes.
What's the difference between you and me? I don't wear hockey pads.
What is that? Oh,
that's from Batman Begins.
Oh, Batman Begins? Okay.
I'm sorry. No, you're right. Dark Knight.
Okay. Anyway,
not Batman Reacts.
This is RudeBoyz Reacts, the Falcon and the Soldier, episode 3 and 4. So John, you see this. You see there's a lot of people getting breathed down their necks. Carly was one of them. We mentioned that in episode 3. And pretty much this whole series right now. John is now, like, you know, not getting the respect, getting beaten up, can't fucking hold his own. And then his friend dies. His sidekick, his best friend, his companion, his Bucky dies. And he goes fucking apeshit. You get a lot of parallels, and I think that's the point between what Steve Rogers did in the film to what John's doing in this series. Just the simple scenes of them walking in, that one scene from First Avenger when he's coming in with the gun, and the and he lets the Howling Commandos.
He lets his buddy go ahead of him, and not and it's like, dude,
Operation Human Shield. Sorry. even though he has a vibranium shield.
But I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, you should be the one on the in the front.
Sure. But you get a lot of the things like the shield swinging, the catching, the shit like that. You get a lot of motifs and stuff like that.
You do at the end of this episode, you do get a iconic scene with the blood splattered up on the shield.
From Captain America: Civil War,
comic wise,
from Captain America: Civil War, the movie. When Iron Man and Captain America are fighting, you get that one scene where it's almost like Cap's about to do the fatal blow. You see Tony block his face, thinking that he's going to go for that.
Yeah,
but he goes for the arc reactor to basically just cripple the Iron Man suit to stop the threat without murdering. Yeah, John takes it the other way.
He decides to murder one of Carly's right hand guys, and just pounds them with it. Goes and then they pan out and you see the blood splattered up on the
which is
the shield,
which is a tattoo of that.
Yes, the tattoo that I have.
Yep.
Very iconic.
Yes.
Visual of of that symbol.
Yes.
And of course, everyone's filming it. It's like
everyone's
America.
It's 2021, 22, whatever it takes place in. I don't know. But yeah, there you go. So he's definitely not going to be Captain America for any time soon. He will presumably be a U.S. agent.
Yeah.
But I like this. This was almost like the origin of U.S. agent.
Yeah.
That we're gonna get. We're gonna get the evil, twisted version of Captain America because now he's got the super soldier serum. That is so hard to say. Super soldier serum. Say it. Continue saying it.
Super soldier serum. Super soldier serum. Super soldier serum. Right, super soldier serum.
Okay,
I'm a super soldier.
You do have a Captain America tattoo, so you should probably be able to say it better than I can.
Thank you.
There he is.
Why did you point to his dick?
That's Wolverine's hand. It always comes back to Wolverine. Maybe we'll see. Maybe he's the power broker.
Well, we could go back to the power broker.
We're not theorizing anymore.
What we want, it's called.
This is the segment we call What We Want. But so that's where episode 4 ends.
Cannot wait.
Where everybody's at. Zemo's also on the loose. During the scuffle between
goes out through the sewers.
Our heroes, we'll say.
Yeah.
And the Wakandan guard, excuse me. He just kind of sneaks out, and then he's like, "Okay, cool." Bucky's just like, "Cool, fuck us, he's out."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's just, man, this show's so goddamn good.
I'm really honestly enjoying it.
I will go back and watch this. I will not go back and watch WandaVision. I don't think.
I might watch that with Bonnie because I told her about the mystery aspect, and so I told her this on episode 1.
Yeah.
The mystery aspect, like the motifs and like the kind of the old style that it was emulating.
If I go back, the only reason I would go back to it is for Catherine Hahn because she was so goddamn good.
Great. Yeah, she was great.
She was so damn good in it.
But I think everyone's great in this show right now. I think the actress who plays Carly, she had a lot of time to shine in these previous 2 episodes, especially with her monologuing with the death of her really like our foster mother, really, we would say, the person who brought her and a lot of the not refugees, just displaced people in and with her talking with Sam.
Oh my god, that was great. And then that's where shit fell off the rails because fucking
step up.
Yep. And it's like, dude, you can't. You're not a good man.
Right. But you start seeing that he is a PTSD afflictee. He has PTSD. He's been through a lot of shit. Like he was talking through that with the Battlestar or whatever. And he's got a lot of shit to go through. Steve didn't have that. Steve came in fresh, was a good person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that's what it was. John had a lot of baggage already, was basically be like, all right, cool, here's an early retirement. You get to be America's mascot, and thinks that like everything's just gonna be like, whatever you say, Captain America, here are the bad guys. Like it's not like that anymore.
No.
He's gotta work for it, and it's super tough in this post Avengers Endgame world because there's heroes, there's villains, there's there's a lot of
freedom fighters,
a lot of gray area, exactly.
Yeah.
But we're really digging the show. Do you want to do What We Want? Is this a new thing? It's only going to be this because episode 5 and 6 are going to be the next RudeBoyz Reactz. So, what do we want to see at what this brings? So we already know, and I think this was announced. Episode 5 is going to be like 60-something minutes long, so it's going to be over an hour.
Believe it when I see it.
And it's going to have a big MCU Marvel reveal cast member or something like that. Yeah, similar, I guess, like Don Cheadle in episode 1.
So what I would like to see is, you know, the shield's just laying there, and you see it get picked up, and it's young Steve.
Young Steve, okay.
Like, I don't know how he gets it revert. He gets it, but he does. But then he hands the shield back to Sam, and he winds up being kind of like the Steve when he came,
like the Nick Fury.
Yeah. Like Steve, how he's running Shield.
Okay.
That would be pretty. That would be pretty cool.
I would be down with like a Chris Evans, just like in every other movie.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, just has like the commander of Shield, and Nick's Fury is, I guess, hammer or whatever, or sword. Yeah, that was it, sword. Yeah. I'm sorry.
My other want.
Well, we know sword is evil now after WandaVision, but who knows?
That division of sword is
right.
Nick's
right. Also, technically, Nick's version of sword happens after, because WandaVision happened before Far From Home.
Right.
So there's that.
So the another want that I believe is the Power Broker again, and it's Norman Osborn.
Right. This is good.
And John Walker's like in a hospital, like all fucked up, and he goes, "I'd like to talk to you about the Dark Avengers initiative."
I like that.
And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
I like that. Parallels, everything.
It's never going to happen, but it would be very fucking cool.
I like, though.
Yeah.
I really do like that. And you told me that too. Completely squashes everything I could think of. Like, maybe the Power Broker be Kingpin,
right,
or something like that. Yeah. Because, like, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think they would do a huge reveal. Like, they didn't bring Mephisto into WandaVision. I think Mephisto is way too big.
Mephisto will show up.
This is Disney Plus we're talking about. Like, granted, yes, it's.
They just showed a man murder another man with a vibranium shield.
I'm not saying that it's it's Disney. Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's still, when it comes down to it, just a television show, and those are the movies. You know what I mean?
Fucking movies.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think maybe in the next batch of shows, they will be like just longer, drawn out movies. But I think for this first batch, just might be like, you know, here's all the WandaVision was just like, here's like the Scarlet Witch and Vision and like some side characters. This one's like Captain America's family, you know, Sharon Carter, Baron Zemo, blah blah blah.
It's
blah,
funny because we get like mystery with WandaVision. We get spy shit with this, and then we're gonna get some timey-wimey shit with Loki, which is a little rough for me. Like,
that's gonna be tricky.
Yeah, and, should be. But hey, you know what? They all shows have been good so far.
Yes, exactly.
This is
knock on wood.
Yeah, right.
That's wood. So
I got wood talking about this show.
Hey, you know what? Same. So, Nation, thank you so much for joining us. This has been RudeBoyz Reactz for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was going to say WandaVision. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Thank you so much for joining us, the one person who has joined us live. But this will be up on our YouTube page, so by all means, click like and subscribe.
Click that bell.
There it is. We have a podcast. We put that out. Just check out rudeboyz.podbean.com. And yes, enjoy our stuff. I can't imagine why.